All right, so we're here with Jacob Kilsgaard, and we're talking about Kilsgaard Eyewear in New York City. And Jacob, great to have you here. Are you, yeah, how's it going? Please introduce yourself.
Yeah,
Let us know.
things are good. Things are good. I just arrived a couple of days ago with my better half, and we're at Mission Expo, waiting for the show first day. Jet lagged, semi-hungover, of course. It's a trade show, so that's how it has to be.
And where do you stay when you visit New York?
Well, it depends. This year we're staying in Greenwich Village. So.
And how long have you been coming to Vision Expo?
Well, we're here. We're distributed by Bound Vision, and they distribute Kilsgaard Eyewear in North America. And it's been 4 years now. Yeah, 4 years since we got together. So it's my fourth real show where we actually have a booth. And otherwise, I was just roaming the halls, trying to fix appointments in hotels before that.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
And what are you able to show some of the daily opticians today?
Well, we could talk a little bit about the story of the company.
Great.
And how we got started.
And how's the audio? Do you need to get closer at all?
It should be good.
Okay, I know it's sort of loud
yeah.
around here. So I just want to make sure if you need to get us.
Yep.
Are you comfortable if it's a little bit closer?
It's all good. All good.
All right. And then, of course, if people hop on, if they have questions, they can put it in the comments.
Okay,
so,
sure.
All right. So, please.
Well, I'll try to boil an 8-year story down to a few minutes. I used to be a distributor in Scandinavia of different eyewear products. I actually came into the optical business by coincidence. Friends of the family owned optical stores, and I went to the show in Paris with them. What they all had in common, these brands I distributed, was all of them were extremely ugly. But it sold well. They did well, all of the brands. But I couldn't stand myself selling the product. So I was working alongside. I cannot draw a straight line if my life depended on it. So I have a good friend who owns a design studio, and I contacted him and said, "Listen, I need to move away from these horrible frames." We're talking about frames where the temples had like a flower stem, and the leaves would hold the lens. Extremely ugly. So we set out to make something very clean, very minimalistic. I really hate the term less is more, but this is actually the best way to describe our product and the way we design it. That every time we think of, should we make a small detail, should we do a little bit of decoration, the answer is always no. And that's what we do. So not knowing anything about materials, not knowing anything about manufacturing eyewear, we went to see different factories in Italy, and one of them said, well, why not try aluminum? Because aluminum is half the weight of titanium. It's super strong, and you can color it by this chemical process called anodization. So the color stays forever, the colors can't come off, they can't chip. And I said, sure, why not, let's do aluminum. What they failed to inform me was that aluminum was the bad child back in the 80s and 90s in the optical world, because it's a horrible material to work with. But we actually overcome all the challenges with aluminum.
With your design?
As I said, less is more. Our hinge is a door hinge. It's a basic door hinge. And the colors are anodized, so it's burned inside the material and covered by a ceramic surface. We produce the raw frames in Italy, and then we bring it to Denmark, where we do the coloring.
How did you find your manufacturers?
Meeting other factories, and one of them recommended this factory. It's actually an old tool factory.
Wow.
So all the machines are old milling machines.
They take pride in their work over there.
Exactly, and it's really craftsmanship and old school way of making something in metal. And that's what I like about the product. Everything is made so very clean, so very simple. Then we bring the raw frames to Denmark, where we do the coloring, because they have anodization companies in Italy, I guess. We've met a few of them, but the quality is just better at Denmark. It's actually the factory we use. They produce also the Bang & Olufsen stuff. it's good quality. Ship it back to Italy, do all the assembly, all the finishing, and then we receive it back. It's a horrible logistics, but
well, it sounds like there's attention to detail and you know, love and care passed on each step of the way.
And it's become a good part of our story as well. So it's working out.
So what do you hope for your brand this year? And do you have like a 2-3 year, 5-year map, or is it just see how life happens?
After overcoming all these child diseases that anybody has with a new product, within the last 3 years we've really become a real company, in the sense that we've had long-term partners now. We have a lot of partnerships that started to work a lot better. We got to clean up some of the older accounts, and now we're really back to the core of the customers that love us. And we take pride in our customers, and we spend a lot of time with them, training them, showing them all the technical stuff. And last year we decided we needed another leg to stand on, so we introduced an acetate line, handmade in Japan, beautiful acetate. It's the same design philosophy, less is more. We try to incorporate some of the Scandinavian clean lines that we see in our furniture in Scandinavia. The way we design in Scandinavia is very, very minimalistic. We design it has to be functional and look beautiful at the same time, but functionality comes first.
And for the daily opticians that are looking at your Kilsgaard eyewear line as an opportunity, what opticians find the most success with your line, and who is a good fit for you?
Mid to high-end opticians, and the opticians that understand that our product is a volume product. It's for anybody, and the way we design it, the way we put together our colors, you can find a shape for anybody and a color for anybody. The customers that understand this part of the concept, that it's not a niche product, it's a volume product, those are our best accounts. And of course, it's always a personal relation as well.
Yes.
So the customers like me, and vice versa. We do good business with them, obviously.
And can you talk about the frame you're wearing?
Of course. I can show you one that otherwise you cannot see. So, this thing.
And if any of the viewers have questions, you can type in your comments and we'll ask Jacob for you.
So, when we launched the line in 2008, we had aluminum temples on an aluminum front. And it was lightweight, it was clean, it was temple in the same material going into the same material front. Very clean, very minimalistic, very smooth, very harmonic. I loved it. But the optician found it difficult to adjust. Of course, and they were right. It was difficult to adjust. But with aluminum, you have to normally spend 5 more minutes adjusting it. And when you do, you never have to do it again, unless you step on it or sit on it. Because it stays, it doesn't change shape.
Is this an experienced optician then that would know how to mold?
Yes, yeah. So all the adjustments are actually very simple. But what we did is, you have this very simple hinge here that you can see is put together like a regular door hinge. You have an oval tube, steel tube going all the way through the front, fixed in the bottom with a screw, and it makes up for the rim lock as well. So when you loosen this screw, the frame will open. If you push on the screw, the tube will come up, and you can pull off the temple. It's really a very simple system. As I said, less is more. When we launched, we had steel screws into the pad arms, and if you ask some of our first customers, they will remember this with horror, because they came out very easy. And so we exchanged all of them, and now we have a system where a steel wire is fixed inside the groove.
Oh, wow.
With epoxy. You probably have epoxy on your bathroom floor or in a kitchen somewhere.
Okay.
It's a very strong material that you use for flooring, but it's also a glue.
Okay.
And then we bake it in an oven, so don't ask me why, but it tempers the material, I guess, in some way. And the system is working. We offer, all of our styles come with 2 choices of temple. The classic acetate temple, and also we make it with a thin titanium temple. And the customers we have that have great success with the titanium temple will tell you that This is for a different target group. This is this customer is a little bit more conservative, and it can, from time to time, depending on the head, of course, head shape, be a little bit more comfortable to put on the first time. Yeah, so this is basically what we do. All styles normally come in all colors. Some of the funky female colors we don't do in men's shapes.
Sure.
But because we control the coloring process, we offer more or less every SKU in every color.
The colors are beautiful.
The colors are what our customers love as well. I'm trying to be modest. Yeah, they look really good.
Actually, do you have any questions?
Yeah, this matte finish it has a silky rubbery feel touching it, and the ceramic surface. The surface is covered with ceramic, so it's actually porcelain.
It's amazing.
It is nice. It is nice. So you can get this chunky looking, acetate looking frame, but it's still metal and it's still ultra lightweight because of the material.
That's awesome.
And the customers that believed in us, that stayed on board, and our good customers today will tell you that it's true. Kilsgaard made aluminum work. It can be difficult from time to time depending on the face, and if a customer has an ear that sits on the shoulder, find another frame.
It sounds like a dream come true for the right patient.
Exactly. And we're still told that our product doesn't look like anything else they carry in the store. So
I can vouch for that.
Yeah. Target groups may be the same, but we don't cannibalize on other brands with the design.
That's nice.
And we did the assets line. And it's true, this is no design revolution, but quality is the best. It's handmade in Japan at one of the older factories. I like to call it the Rolex factory of eyewear. Fantastic factory to work with, and there's nothing technical about this. Classic 3-barrel hinge, Japanese acetates. We go after a different color range that some of the other acetate companies do. What we did is we took some of our best-selling shapes from the aluminum line and we translated them into acetate, and it's been working. And we try to do, as I told you, a little bit different colors.
Now I'm shooting a video clip.
Okay. Yeah, and this has been working out for us because our customers that did well and still do well with our aluminum line trust us. So when we told them, listen, we're doing an acetate line, you will love it. It's same but still different. And luckily they agreed. So we did very well with this. We delivered to stores in June 2015. So it's brand new. It's brand new. It's been working well for us.
And if Optical wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way for you to connect with people?
Well, American opticians could contact us directly in Europe. We're based in Denmark, in Eyewear City. Eyewear capital of Denmark is Aarhus, my hometown. You find Lindbergh Pro Design. What else do we have? 9 Eyewear. Everybody's there. And they can contact us directly or go through Bound Mission, our fantastic distributor in North America.
Oh, that's man. How many? Do you speak more than one language?
Well, the Scandinavian languages are very similar. So I understand Norwegian, and I can make fun of Norwegians with my own accent. I understand and speak a little bit of Swedish. We're taught German in school at an early stage, so I speak German. Lived in France for a couple of years, so I speak French as well. My Spanish is pretty rusty, but I can get by in restaurants. Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Sorry. Do you have any questions that you can think of?
I don't think so.
And any recommendations, advice, any insider trends that you can pass on to some of the viewers that watch this?
We want to educate some of the opticians to be less afraid of picking up new material product. You see a lot of wooden frames now. So I always tell the opticians when they complain a little bit, well, some of them may be afraid of the adjustments of aluminum, I say, well, you have a wooden frame there, and it can catch fire, and our product can't. So go adjust a wooden frame and go adjust an aluminum frame, and you'll find our product very easy to work with. So the customers are always screaming for news. Show us something new, new materials, do something. But they also have to keep in mind to be open about new materials and how to work with them. And this will allow us to show what we can do, because we spend time developing product, put a lot of heart and effort into it. So,
well, thank you so much, Jacob.
Pleasure.
I really appreciate it.
Pleasure.